Where the fuck have you been? Hey guys, welcome back to the Cheeky Masters podcast, a podcast that's all about cricket and the banter that comes with it. So I guess the question that everybody's asking is where the fuck have you been? And just to tell everybody and calm their nerves, Adi got a life. No, I'm just joking. Obviously, that's not true. Me and Akshay had exams and we had to take care of those, so that's why we're not available. Now we
Oh,
are, even if we were not. This is something none of us could leave, a topic that is of the utmost importance in the world of cricket, I would say, barring none other, right? Which obviously is the BBL final that I wanted to discuss, right?
uh,
I would rather discuss Zimbabwe versus West Indies Test match,
Oh,
which is
come
going on.
on!
I I would rather discuss women's
Oh,
IPL
come
also.
on!
It was a shot on both women's IPL as well as West Indies
Two.
versus Zimbabwe. No, that
That
was
was
a good one.
offensive on two counts. Right. Oh man, we have started off great. No, obviously, we are here for Border Gavaskar Trophy because who wants to discuss a fifth title win for Perth Scorchers, right? Even at this point, their fan support. So let's discuss the 4-0 sweep that's going to be Australia versus India, right? India. So I meant from the
Oh,
Indian standpoint, guys. Come on.
no, I think in this podcast you will never speak from Indian standpoint. I can guarantee.
I will, unless it's BGT. So now, since we are BGT, the whole point of this podcast is I have two people with me here who are going to roast me now
Hmm.
for the next 1 month of whatever is going to happen.
1.5 month, not just 1 month. 1.5
One
month.
and a
Nah,
half
I'm
months.
not. See,
Yes.
other formats I'm fine with. Test is something that nobody has won in India for the last 15 years. I guess there have been two matches. One Australia won. I think it was in Pune, Nagpur, right?
Pune
And
2017,
17,
Hmm.
and then one England
Hmm.
won on the back of Joe Root
Chennai
recently, right?
2021.
So, barring these two matches, series तो कहाँ ले लो वो मैं बता भी नहीं सकता क्योंकि मेरे पापा देख रहे होंगे अभी पॉडकास्ट बट genuinely match itself only two India has lost, so that's how big this series is going to be. But the the fun factor of it is the one loss that has come out of these two has come from Australia. Not with the same team, but at least with the core components of Smith,
But
Warner, Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood, out of which two are not
hmm.
available, but we'll get to that. So before we delve into what's going to happen, and at the end we'll take the
I
prediction.
have a quick question. I have a quick
Yeah,
question,
yeah,
Sumit, to
Akshay.
you. Why are Aussies just preparing for Ashwin? They don't have any other
See,
players to. They bought some clone of Ashwin and trying to test in the net practice. What is this? What behavior is this?
that's called preparation, dude. That's UAT testing. Come on, we are IT folks. They're doing UAT, right? And you do UAT
Sumit,
in a
1 minute. You are not a IT folk. Let's keep it clear. I am not you.
in the world of IT. I tell you. So okay, not to brag, but I tell you to do the UAT. So I still am a part of UAT. Okay, all right. I've lost half my
Right.
audience already. So now coming back, you have to do UAT, right? Testing. So this is a good thing. People, I don't know why people are bashing them. They're preparing for Indian wickets, especially somebody who looks
No,
like and
you
walks like
do
Ashwin.
prepare, Subed. Preparing is
Mm-hmm.
one thing, and promoting it, using it for their marketing, using it for their social
Mm.
media, that is wrong.
Uh,
Is it?
yeah, is it like come on? There's so much attention has been grabbed because of that one headline right now. That
So that is right. They could not grab, they could not have their own team. They don't have confidence in themselves. That's why they're using some Indian to promote
the
themselves.
confidence.
So I don't
So
know.
obviously, I think all of us
Oh,
know it's on one player right now. Everything is on Smith, and Smith got out to Ashwin, so that's why they're preparing for Smith. Because see, other batsmen have given up already. Like they they are not even preparing
correct,
for
correct.
anyone. At least Smith is preparing for Ashwin. Right? Rest of them have given it up. They're like, ये नहीं होने वाला. Oh God. But okay, jokes aside,
Okay.
uh, this is going to be the only chance that any team is going to give against India that is going to be proper. New Zealand was not even in competition with India, right? England was in one match only. All the other matches were one-sided. In one match, they gave competition. That's it, right? This is at least I can say is going to be competitive, if nothing else.
Yeah, I agree on that. So,
it has to be.
while we are coming at it, I would be surprised with it, but I am actually not very sure with about great Indian win as such. I have been hearing talks of Ashwin Akshar Australia ko kha jayega and these kind of dialogues, but I don't think it is going to be that way. Usman Khwaja, like coming to the players, I think
Hold
Usman
on.
Khwaja.
Usman Khwaja's
Yes,
visa
go ahead.
was denied in the first attempt to India. So what kind
Yeah,
of
but the plan didn't
scare
work.
tactics is
The
happening?
plan didn't work.
What in the Islamophobia is
You
this
know,
shit? Huh? What's happening?
you know why? No, you know it's why was it denied, right? I won't because of his origin country. That's it. They had to
That's
do
it.
some extra. This document you have not submitted. Kagas dikhao. Kagas dikhao.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Sanky
All right.
Bastards podcast. Oh god, no,
Oh,
no, no.
oh
Uh,
man. No, so
yeah, back to you, Adi.
yes, I was saying that Usman Khwaja is because of his country of origin, he is a good player of spin. We know Steve Smith is very good. Even though Ashwin has taken his wicket, we need to remember that Smith averages 60 against Ashwin. So that's another fact. And I think Manas is going to improvise a lot this series. So he'll be a good player as well. So you have 3 or 4 players who you can rely on. And I think this is going to be mainly about Australian batters versus Indian
Yeah.
bowlers, because anyway, Indian bowlers batters right now can't play shit. They get out to Bangladesh spinner and to every other pacer. So I don't know. I'm not sure about them right now.
I'll not go that much, but I'll say yes. Your the main fight is going to be between Australian batsmen and sorry, Australian batsmen and Indian
Yeah,
bowlers.
Australian
That's
bat.
true. That's the main fight.
Right.
But I'll say this: for me, what I've seen recently in India, Akshar is going to be much more of importance than Ashwin, because I think we've all agreed to this. When it's spinning too much, everybody knows what to do. There is a high chance of getting out, so you have everybody almost have the same strategy other than Warner, right? All the other Aussies would have the same strategy. Just just wait till the end and hit it. Warner does what Warner does, right? But for Aksar's case, the problem is he bowls wicket to wicket, and the spin is just
Correct.
2 centimeter more than what it's supposed to be. So you cannot tell. There is no way to tell it's going to turn or no. Even Akshar doesn't know, right? And it's going to be 2 centimeters only, and it's going to be on wicket. And there are going to be 3 slips, right? One silly, right? Leg, one silly off, right? So you have catches everywhere. You have LBW, you have bold, you have 3. Like
LBWs.
he's prepped basically. That's the more challenging one, and that is why I would say, in no world it is like to like, but and not because they have the similar face, but Ashton Agar would have probably a similar bowling to Akshar. So I think they should use that. And let's talk about this for a moment. And I'd like to know from whoever knows about these players, because I know you might not. The new spinners, the new bowlers that have come up, because we will not have Stark for the first match, we'll not have Green for the first match, so you need an all rounder. Probably Ashton Agar is in place of Cam Green, right? And
Boland.
Boland in place of probably Hazelwood. But then who's coming
Hazelwood.
in place of Stark? Because these 3 are the players who are out for the first match.
So basically, let's just talk about our 11, right? Akshay, I think you are aware of the Australian squad as such. We'll come to Indian squad later. Let's talk about the Australian 11 that you are expecting from in Nagpur. Let's assume that is not going to be a rank turner from day one, but a decent turning pitch where you'll expect at least 2 spinners, but maybe 3 spinners as well. That kind of pitch. So, what would be your Australian 11 in that case?
Okay, I'll start with bowlers. Batsman again, it would be Khwaja, Smith, and Warner, right? I don't think so. They'll have anyone.
They'll have
wicket keeper again.
Marnus is one down.
Manas baby.
So it's,
Manas baby.
Manas again. Yeah, Manas was well
that's the
again.
top
Yeah,
four.
4-4. Yeah. And then coming to again the bowlers, Cummins obviously will be
Obviously.
there.
Captain.
Boland will be
Mhm.
there. Lyon again would be there, 3 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Next, again, probably it would be. I don't think so. They have another
Todd
spinner,
Murphy. No,
right?
They
Ast-
have Todd Murphy,
Nathan Miller.
Ashton Agar, and
So,
Michael Simpson. 3
and I
spinners they have.
think that they are restricted to that now. They'll have to go with
They'll play only two
three,
spinners. They'll play two
three,
spinners,
three,
I
three.
think. They will
Oh,
play
you're saying
two.
they'll
I
play
don't
two.
know.
Okay. So see, if they play two, right, the other one is going to be Todd Murphy, is what I get, because he's a full time
Todd
spinner.
Murphy, yeah.
Ashton Agar is an all rounder, so probably I'll say one of Ashton Agar and Todd Murphy, but high chances on Todd Murphy playing, debuting. Right.
Correct.
More importantly, the fast bowling replacement for Stark. That's why I said Hazelwood's replacement is Boland, because that's accuracy, line and
Right.
length. Stark replacement is probably going to be
Lance
the
Morris.
Umran Malik of Australia right now. Like we
The
have
wild
a
thing,
sorry,
Lance Morris. He's called
the
the
wild
wild
thing,
thing,
the
Lance
new
Morris.
wild thing.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah.
he is decent economy and average in Sheffield Shield, but again, untested in international waters against India is not a place to debut two bowlers, right? That's like too much. That's actually too much. Boland is a 33-year-old bowler now.
he's
So
good.
I understand he
He's good.
hasn't played outside that much internationally, but at least he's experienced, so I can take that. But if you're playing Todd Murphy and the Wild Thing, both debutants in one match against India, it doesn't seem the place. But okay, so our five bowlers are going to come from these 6-7 players, right? Obviously, Carey is going to
Yes.
play. I'll help you out there. Carey's
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carey will
right,
play.
and
Yeah.
Travis
Travis
Head is
Head.
playing. So you
Travis Head.
Then
have
Head.
yes,
So
Then yeah,
top
it's
6
done.
actually
yeah,
you have sure. Let's
Yeah.
assume Carey at 6, so top 6 is sure. And you have 3 at the bottom, like 9, 10, 11. Let's assume Cummins, Lyon,
yeah,
and Boland. So you're
Mhm.
only worried about 7
yeah.
and 8 here.
Ash-
And we are putting one of the spinners like
Ashton
Ashton
Agar.
Agar and
And it
Todd
would be
Murphy or the pacer.
Lance Morris.
Lance.
Okay, so you're expecting 3 pacers and
Yes. Two spinners.
okay,
One part-time and one, yeah. Where is that
okay.
first match actually? Sorry, let me check.
Nagpur. It's in Nagpur.
Okay, so this is what we think is going to happen. But now, from this 11, what I want you guys to tell me is what is the one that you want to happen?
Right.
Okay.
I'll go first for Australian side. I mean, we are pretty sure on the top 4,
Top four, yeah.
top 6 actually. I mean,
Top
till
six.
Carey,
Top six.
when Cummins, Green is available, Carey bats at 7. But now that he's not there, I don't think they should risk Cameron Green in this match
Yep.
when he's not going to
Yep.
bowl. I mean, he's a very decent batsman as well. Like he's like Ben Stokes for Australia right now. That you can play him as a pure batter as well. That should be fine. But Australians would be worried about their bowling stocks right now. So I think they would keep Carey at 6, and Ishwan Agar I'll keep at 7. But I would play both Todd Murphy as well as Nathan Lyon here. So
Okay.
that would be my at 9 and 10. At 8 I would have Pat Cummins, and 11 would be the Scott Boland.
Okay.
So I would only go with 2 pacers. Even though like you might think that we have 4 or 5 spinning options, but you need that. For example, if India is batting first and if they bat big, generally they don't, but if they bat big, you need support from your part-timers like Smith, Head, and
Yeah.
them as well.
Mm.
So that's
Okay.
Head actually turned out
Okay.
to be a much better bowler than both Smith and Marnus in the recent times. So
But Smith is still the best leg spinner in Australia. That's not even a question.
moving on to
Indian squad.
Yeah, to the Indian squad, please.
Okay.
Come on, Adi.
Alright.
Come on.
Okay. For
Indian,
the Indian squad,
Indian,
again, I think-
there is one injury, right? Shreyas Iyer, right?
I mean, if you are only counting, I mean, in the squad, he is the only injured person. But my problem is that if we talk about the 30 or 35 players from India, right, who have been playing Test in recent time. I think three of our best players of spin are not available. Pant, the favorite batsman for any bald-headed spinner, he's not
Yes.
there.
Wow.
Shreyas Iyer only knows how to play spin, not available. Plus, we are missing on a very good top order player, Mayank Agarwal. He's not brilliant outside India, but when you are playing in
In
India, then
India.
he's one of the better players of spin. So
And
missing those
Shreyas is
three,
not there just for first match, right? Second match he would be back.
yeah, he would be available most likely, but like I'm only focused on the first match for now, so that's a
Mm-hmm.
point of concern for me. I was one of the reasons that I was not very interested in India Nagpur being a very a rank turner kind of pitch, because if that happens, our batters won't be able to survive. So the 11 that I'm expecting is Rohit is definitely one
Okay.
of the openers. Then
Mm.
I'm leaving the other spot for now. We have Pujara at 3 and Virat Kohli at 4. That's again sure.
Mm.
Now comes the difficult part. We don't have Shreyas Iyer, so who comes there? There are talks going on that we might see
Surya.
Surya, but I would prefer one of Gill or KL Rahul to take this place, and the other guy to open with Rohit. Like I think it would be better if Gill opens with Rohit and KL Rahul, because he's down on confidence to some extent. At number 5, it would be a better position. He's a very good player of spin. Actually, I don't see any weaknesses as such. So him at 5 would make more sense
Mm-hmm.
to me. At number 6, it should be Jadeja. Number 7 should be Ashwin, and number 8 would
Ashwin.
be wicketkeeper Bharat. I'm keeping Ashwin
Mm.
at 7 because, again, I think after Pant, he's our best player of spin. And at 9, Akshar Patel.
Okay. So
That's 10
yeah,
and yeah,
just one. Go ahead with 10, 11, and then I'll have my problem that I have.
yeah. Huh. 10 and 11 are going to be my two pacers. That would be ideally Shami
Yeah.
and Siraj. I know the
Siraj.
questions are going to be about Kuldeep Yadav, but when until unless the pitch is flat, I think we should play Kuldeep, especially in Indian condition. He can be good, he can be a good option, but then you think of the possibility, like you don't have a better guy than Akshar Patel in these conditions, and you are
Mm-hmm.
not going to drop Ashwin or Jadeja because they are as good as any batter can get for Kuldeep. So Kuldeep will have to sit out again.
So here are my two problems, and right. One is obviously I think this is because of the past behavior of BCCI, and you know you can put the blame on them, not me. But I think Kai would play, is what I feel like.
Yeah, he would.
Right.
He would.
So
He would play. He would play.
and my problem with that is that if they push KL Rahul out, I'm fine. Right. For Sky, I'm okay with that at a 5 or 4 position.
Yes.
Right. It's okay. My problem is if they push Shreyas Iyer out for Sky, that would probably be a issue because
No.
Yes, Iyer
Shreyas
is
Iyer, they
out
won't.
already.
Shreyas Iyer, he's injured, he is out. But when he is not injured, he will play for sure.
no, so that's the overall. So is he out for the entire 4 matches?
No, first match.
First match.
First
First
match.
match.
So okay, so let's discuss first match then. Even later on, that would be a problem. That BCCI would want to play Sky because he's in the red hot form, which I agree. He's in the best form of anyone right now in the world. But
Hmm.
as you would have,
Not in test. Not in test.
not in test, not even in ODIs. That's my problem, right? So
Hmm.
if you see, and this has been a problem with Rishabh Pant also, right? He works in one format but not in the other two, right? And now
Yes.
I'm not saying Sky won't work at all. I cannot say that, but from what I've seen in the ODI recently, and you'll have to agree to that, right? Like he's not been able to give
Yes,
that
yes,
performance.
absolutely.
Now, the counter argument is what has KL Rahul done also, right? Fair enough. That's a question. Right? Other than getting married, I don't think there's anything significant he has done recently. Right? Congratulations, by the way. So, but yeah, I mean, that is going to be one of the problems that you're going to fit. Like the team that you've described is correct, and that's the one that should play. But my problem with BCCI is they would want to put Sky in even when better players are available, or if not better player, by better player I mean Shreyas Iyer. Even if your fixed players are available, which are KL Rahul and Gill, they would want to push Sky there, right? Now it can work.
No. I think they won't because this series they won't try to push. Shreyas is injured, that's why he will play. But when Shreyas is
KL
available,
would be out.
Shreyas
Yeah,
should
sure.
play. Yeah.
I think the main problem is not about Sky. See, there's a possibility that Sky might play at 5 in the first test, But that's only because Shreyas is not available. My bigger
Yes.
concern is that if Sky gets to play, who goes out? KL, you are worried about if KL gets out? I don't think he'll go out. He'll definitely play because he's the vice captain of the side. Then the push will come to Shubman Gill. If you are thinking that Sky is in form, then you are probably not aware of what form Gill is in. Sky is still in average form if you consider what form Gill is in.
Shubman Gill
So,
is
so if we are taking form into consideration, Shubman Gill again comes above in the pecking order. He's a better player of spin in tests as well. He can play at as an opener as well. So I would prefer, like, because KL Rahul is not going to get dropped, I would prefer, even if you think that right, KL is our opener, he'll stay our opener, fine. Play Gill at 5. He's a very good option.
so
He
will
can be
they
attacking
do?
once he's set.
Can they do again? Drop KS Bharat and have KL do the keeping and
No,
have
I don't think
Surya.
in test.
I
I don't think
don't.
in test that they'll take that much risk.
They won't do that when Ashwin, Jadeja, and Akshara bowling.
Yeah,
They can't have
yeah.
KL as the keeper. They can't even have Ishan Kishan as the
They
keeper in
don't
that
even
case,
have Pant
because
as a keeper in
Ishan's
that case,
recent
to be very honest.
performance as keeper has otherwise there was a big possibility that Kishan would have debuted, because Iyer is not available. They could have gone with an attacking wicket keeper as a proper replacement of Pant, but he's a very average
No, I
wicket
think
keeper that we have
Bharat
seen
has earned
recently.
this call, dude. Come
So
on. Some of this has to be on
yes,
earning also. You cannot play back-to-back Ranji
Then
seasons, right? Be the top guy for India and then
Sarfaraz Khan. Yes, sorry.
let's not even go
again,
there.
sir.
That's Akshay would.
See,
Okay,
I
go ahead, Akshay.
no
Akshay has a very controversial
Yeah, yeah,
opinion on
no.
please.
Sarfaraz Khan that I would like to
Sir,
hear. So Sarfaraz
Sarfaraz
Khan was not
should
selected
never.
for everyone. Sarfaraz Khan is the number one batsman in India right now in the domestic circuit for 2 years continuously. He's the highest run scorer and highest number of hundreds also. He's going to break the record probably as well, or has broken whatever. He's the number one batsman, but he has a physique similar to me. So that's why he's not able to get into the team. I guess that's the
No,
reason. And
simple,
Akshay has a
simple.
controversial opinion on that.
Yes,
My
yes, yes.
simple opinion is he should never play any top for India for sure until and unless he's able to pass the yo-yo test.
That's
That's it.
That
That's
that's a
it.
very fair call.
Because Adi, and so at this top level, right? Ranji, again, yeah, you are doing good, but against Australia, that's why you have 11 people on the field. You have to field, you have to do the fielding. भाई रणजी में क्या करता होगा वो 400 बना के बैठ जाता होगा. He won't be coming to. I don't know. I don't know. Adi, you would be watching Ranji. I do not. I'm being
Yes.
very honest here. He
Huh.
would not be there, right? But here you have to be there on the field as well, and you have to have some level of again because
Fitness
cricket has
or
changed.
standards should be
Cricket,
there.
yeah, cricket has changed. If this would have been Sehwag era, that era, it's not just Indian team. It's not funny. It's not just Indian team.
No,
All over
that's
the team across the world, they had that players, right? But now you
yeah.
cannot.
yeah.
Simple.
See, Akshay, I totally agree with your opinion or your point of view here, but I would like to add a few facts here. Since 2019 World Cup, Rohit Sharma has not cleared yo-yo test. Varun Chakravarti was not being selected earlier, but he got selected because Indians removed the criteria of yo-yo test. Otherwise, Varun Chakravarti would not have been selected, and that's a fact. I'm
Correct.
telling you, right?
Correct.
Ashwin doesn't clear the yo-yo test already.
Yeah.
Like that's a
I don't think
fact.
you're going
But
to.
they are still
So
able
the
to.
current in India
But
currently, you don't have that criteria that if you don't clear the yo test, you cannot be in the team. That
But
criteria
Adi,
is not there in the team.
they are still able to run in the field. They are still able
Right.
to do.
I mean, that's why I said I agree with your point. I just put some facts to facts in the picture for reference, because you said right that if you do so, just for that.
But
And that was a
No,
shot on
for
Rohit Sharma and Ashwin as
Sarfaraz
well.
it should
That
be
both came.
mandatory.
so I'll
For
make a
Sarfaraz,
counter.
yo-yo should be mandatory. That's it.
I'll make a counter opinion based
Right.
on the revenue system, Akshay. So imagine how cool it would look when Sarfaraz makes a dive against a throw from Stark or somebody, right? Like that replay, like come on, come on, that's gold. क्या
No, true.
सोशल मीडिया स्टार बनेगा रे
He
तू
won't dive. सुमेध वो छोड़ देगा. बोलेगा जाओ रन आउट कर दो मेरे को, मैं नहीं करेगा डाइव. जा.
And imagine him fielding, right? वो बोलेगा यार जाने दो चौका and score that 4 runs.
Also, Adi,
Don't
before we
worry.
go into the matchups and everything, and then obviously our predictions, one more thing I would like to add very quickly. I'll just go over Kuldeep. Yeah, that's the best case scenario, I guess. You have to play Ashwin and Jadeja. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
we can question the batting advantage, like the sheer batting advantage that you get. You have batting till 9, right? And against four decent
Mm-hmm.
batsmen in Australia, right? So you have a massive batting advantage if you play these two and not Kuldeep. So I get that. But there's one more Ranji player who's missing from this squad, and I want him in the team. God damn it! And he would clear the yo-yo test also. He's a
Oh,
3D player who has scored 4 centuries now. Where is he?
Consecutive. Four
Consecutive
consecutive
hundreds.
centuries. Let's
Where is
be clear.
Vijay Shankar?
Yes. Uh, in his
Hey,
home.
Akshay, not fair. Not fair. He'll clear the yo-yo test. He has scored 4 consecutive centuries in Ranji. Why is he not in the team, huh? What is this behavior?
Now,
नहीं वो खेलेगा.
note your logic.
नहीं वो हैदराबाद में है ना, एसआरएच में है ना अभी भी.
Tamil Nadu. Acha, oh, okay, right. Sorry, IPL. My bad. I thought about
Yeah.
we are talking about Ranji. Yes, Hyderabad. No, he's in Gujarat,
हाँ
na?
खेलेगा
He was
हैदराबाद
in
में.
Gujarat, I think.
Oh
Wherever he is,
shit,
why is he
sorry,
not
I
in the
don't
Indian
remember.
team? I want him in the Indian team to play against Australia. थोड़ा तो रन बनाने
Right.
दो.
He'll bowl better than Cameron Green is bowling right now, definitely.
Wow. Hey, come on. Cam Green is much better. Okay.
Cam Green cannot bowl. That's the point.
For the first test. For the first test.
He
Yeah.
cannot. The point remains he cannot. So Vijay Shankar will definitely bowl better
On the
than him.
first test, yes. Cam Green is not going to play the first test anyway. All right. So we have discussed all the major misses by BCCI. I'm still hurt. Vijay Shankar is not in the team. Right. But yeah, let's move on to the matchups and what you think is going to happen over the course of 4 matches. Matchups, the most important matchup, the one that Australia is already preparing for is Smith versus Ashwin, right? Which is
Ashwin.
going to be very important. But here is my point of view, and then I'd want your opinion on that. Uh, Only two players would matter in this series for me, right? For from Australia's standpoint. I'm going to everybody's going to bank on Smith and Labuschagne to play. Right. Sorry, Smith and Khwaja to play. Labuschagne can do what he wants.
Mm.
I'm gone for some
Mm.
reason. Let me check very quickly. Okay. Yeah. So that's known. The problem that's going to happen, I guess, and the two most important players for Australia are going to be is Warner and Head. So because they're
Head.
Yes.
failing. So if they do well, then I can say yes. Like that's what Australia needs right now for Warner to step up and for Head to step up. Head has given last 1 year has been decent, but not in Sri Lanka.
Decent.
Not in Sri Lanka. He's been very good, but not in Sri Lanka where there was a turning track. So as soon as the track starts to
Right.
turn, Head was not there, and Warner being the most experienced batsman in the team after Smith hasn't performed at all in any format for a very long time now. So that's going to be, and he has India experience a lot. So these two, according to me, are going to be the main pain points or the main winning formula for the team. If these two perform, yeah, if these two perform, Australia should win. Is what I'll say.
Okay. Where do we stand with respect to? I mean, just one thing that I remember that last time when Australia toured here, right, and when they won, Sumit, you are looking very ugly this close. Please get
Sorry.
away from the screen. Yeah. So last time when Australia played and won a test match in India, they had Warner, Steve Smith, Matt Renshaw, and
Peter
this guy,
Handscomb.
Peter
Yeah.
Handscomb. So do you see
Yeah.
Peter Handscomb getting a
Yeah.
place sometime, like maybe ahead of Head or Carey? I don't know who's in place, but because he definitely won't replace Marnus
No.
or
So okay,
Smith,
sure.
but who
Got
else
it.
he can
So
replace?
100% he's not going to replace Carey. That's for sure. I'll tell you why. Because the last time he kept in Bangladesh, they had to bring Wade back. Right. That's how bad it was. Yeah. Yep, that's how bad it was.
Right.
So, he batted very well. He batted very well. He's a very good batsman in the spinning conditions. He sweeps a lot, right? Probably can work in the office also as a sweeper part time. But he can replace one of Khwaja or Warner or Smith or Manas if injured or Head if necessary, right? Or an additional batsman if needed and reducing one of the bowlers, right? Similar thing is for Renshaw also. So Renshaw and Handscope can come and, you know, the entire batting order, they can play anywhere other than the keeper. Keeper is 100% going to be carry. There's no option there whatsoever.
Yeah. Which is a point of concern that they don't have any spinner is definitely a point of
Spinner,
concern.
keeper, idiot.
Sorry, yeah, keeper.
And please, guys, I'm not insulting Adi. That's his Insta handle.
Took me a second to realize what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dharamshala is going to be very interesting because you might see three or even, definitely, you will definitely see three paces from both sides. And then it would be
That's the
interesting
one
that
man.
if is Start going to be fed by time? Is Hazel going to make a comeback? Will they play Lance Morris as, one of the, just for the X factor thing? That is going to be a one interesting match. So, yes, what's your prediction, Sumit? Who's going to win this match?
So I'll start. Um, Players to look out for India, Akshar
Um,
Patel. Like, who else?
I have a point. Like, will we be able to see? I mean, I'm very interested to see because see when England toured us, right, last time, that was 2 years, almost 2 years ago, right? 2021 only. So Rohit is 2 years older now. He was unfit back then. How unfit he is right now? How long will he be able to survive? For example, if India get manage to get the game to the fifth day, will Rohit Sharma be on the pitch or in the bed? Where do we expect him to see with the IV or not?
Probably on a stretcher
So
on the way
I'm very
out
interested in
is
that.
what I'm imagining in my head. But, you know.
Or he might dislocate
Uh,
his shoulder and like ये ठीक हो जा bro, ठीक
Viraj.
हो जा.
Viraj
दीवार
को
पे
मार
फोड़ के
गया.
कर देगा.
Nah.
Okay, yes,
How can we
yes.
forget? Sorry.
See,
What are we doing, Adi?
how you
We have
forgot
forgot
about?
about Kohli. Yeah?
No, no.
What are you doing? What is
I
this
I
behavior?
see. I'll be honest here. I want to forget about Kohli because you know what happens when I
Okay,
remember
fair
about
enough.
players
Fair
or
enough.
when I talk about them. So no, I'm not going to talk about him. I am excited about how again Rohit Sharma fares up in a
Yeah, let me. Adi is the, like, how should I say? According to me, the best captain of all time is Ponting. For some player, so for most people, it's Dhoni. For some, most for other half of India, it's Ganguly.
Dean
Right?
Smith.
Let's say these are the top. I would say Adi is the Ricky Ponting of Panotti. Basically, like that's how good he is. Right? Like it's again from my standpoint. There hasn't been a case where he has said something good about a player and that player hasn't gotten out or gotten bashed. He would say, "Wow, Bumrah is bowling so well." He would get hit for six sixes in a row, and I won't bat an eye. That's not even strange to me anymore. That's how much of a Panotti Adi is. So that's not. There's no point in discussing that. I guess he should just be banned to speak altogether. Yeah.
I'm not even going to argue for that. That
that's That's how
Akshay is
big of an
like,
author you are, right? You're
I
not
give
going
up.
to argue also. All right.
Okay, I don't see
Okay,
Akshay here.
let's continue. Let's
Well,
continue.
I'll continue. So first thing that I see, I'm actually very like genuinely interested to see how Rohit Sharma fares up in a long series as a captain. He has been a test, like in home series, he generally performs well. Actually, he has performed well only in home series, right? And one England series, and he's the captain. Oh, pathetic. So I'm interested to see how he fares up. My second concern, or actually I'm looking out for, is how KS Bharat fares up. He has been in the squad for a very long time. I think since 2020 he has been with the team as a backup keeper, but hasn't got the chance to play rightly. I mean, Pant and Shah were there, so he wasn't. So I'm excited to see he's debuting in India. He would not get better opportunity than this. He'll come in at 6 or 7 when he has star performers playing around him, so he should not be nervous as such. But I'm excited to see how he fares up as a batsman and as a keeper to Ashwin and likes of Akshar. So that's one thing. And the next thing is that how Siraj fares up against like he has been done well in tests. In home also last time he did it well, but Australia, even though we are saying that they're not that good against spin, if you put Australian batters against Siraj in a non-bouncy pitch, I'm excited to see that how well he can perform. So that would be those three players would be players I would watch out for: Rohit, KS Bharat, and Siraj. And about the Panote thing, I want to add another thing that happened today. So Temba Bavuma was batting well. He was 45 of 24. He was 45 of 24. I mentioned that in chat, and in the next 10 balls, he scored 5 runs and got out.